first graders. We're going to read another Lego book. I know how much you love Lego books. This one is Jonah and the Whale. And we sure are very grateful to Daryl Stoltmeister's mother who gave us these wonderful books. And all the pictures are made of Legos. Now, when I picked this book up and brought it home, it had a big rip on the page. Now, first graders, when you find a book with a rip, or if you rip a book, now I don't want you to, and I do want you to be really, really careful, but I have tape that, well, I've got some big fat tape that is perfect for fixing our book. So if that ever happens, you be sure you bring it to me, and we will try to fix it. Okay, I fixed this one, and we're all ready to go. Jonah and the Whale. This is the Lego book. One day, God said to Jonah, "The people in this faraway city of Nineveh are very bad. I want you to go there and tell the people that I know how bad they've been, and I know and that I soon will punish them severely." But Jonah didn't want to go. Instead, he ran away from God. Uh-oh. Can we run away from God? Can we hide from God? No. God sees everything. He knows exactly where he went. He found some sailors who were taking their ship in the opposite direction from Nineveh, and he went with them. Not only is he running, he's going in the total opposite direction. While the ship was at sea, God sent a powerful storm against them. Oh, wow, look at the lightning. Goodness gracious. This storm is rocking the ship. The sailors were terrified that their ship would break apart in the roaring wind and the mighty waves. The sailors cried out to the heavens for help. As water began to fill the ship, they had to throw all their cargo overboard to keep the ship from sinking. If the ship sinks, they're all going to drown. Meanwhile, below deck, Jonah, he's sound asleep. The captain of the ship came to him and said, "How can you sleep at a time like this? Wake up and ask your God to save us from this storm." Jonah got up and told the sailors, "Listen, it is my fault that we are all in danger. I tried to run away from God. The only way to end this storm is to throw me overboard," because God is the one in charge of the storm, isn't he? The sailors didn't want Jonah to drown in that raging, horrible sea, but the storm was growing worse by the minute. So the sailors asked God, "Please forgive them," and they lifted up Jonah and tossed him over the edge of the ship. Jonah knew he had done wrong, didn't he? As soon as Jonah was in the water, the sea calmed, and the storm ended. The sailors celebrated and praised God. I'm sure they were really frightened, weren't they? Then God sent a huge whale. Now, the Bible really calls it a big fish, but we all think it's whale. Whale's the biggest one there is that we know of. Then God sent a huge whale that swallowed Jonah. Oh, my word. Look at poor Jonah. He shouldn't have run away from God, should he? Jonah was in the belly of that whale 3 days and 3 nights. Look, there's a crab and there's some other fish inside of there, and I'm sure there was seaweed and offals. Can you imagine how it must have smelled? 3 days and 3 nights he was in the belly of the whale. While there, he prayed to God to rescue him, and he promised to worship God in the future. And then God commanded that whale to spit Jonah out on the dry land. So here's a whale. He came right over by the beach. Now, whales don't usually do that, but this was a special whale, wasn't it? And this whale obeyed God. All the animals always obey God. And there he is. Look, he's thrown up all the fish and the crabs, and out comes Jonah. Oh, I don't think he smelled very good to you. Again, God talked to Jonah. Go to the faraway city of Nineveh and tell them that I know how bad they've been and that I will soon punish them severely, said God. This time, Jonah immediately set off for Nineveh. After a while, he arrived at the great capital of the Assyrian Empire, a city that was home to over 120,000 people, very big city. Nineveh was a huge city that took Jonah 3 days to walk across. But once Jonah had walked for a full day, he began to announce, in 40 days, God will completely destroy this city. When Nineveh's king heard this, he said that everyone must stop being bad and stop hurting other people. He ordered the people, and the animals, to stop eating and drinking so God would see they were serious about changing their ways. Even the animals were not allowed to get a drink because they wanted God to know they meant business and they were sorry for their sins. Everyone in Nineveh did just what the king ordered. They stopped being bad and hurting other people, and they did not let anyone or any animal eat or drink anything. Jonah left the city and walked a distance away. He then sat down in the hot sun to watch God destroy the city. Now, these were really bad people, and Jonah was not excited about them being saved. He wanted them punished for being so bad. And so he goes and watches to see what God's going to do. When God saw the people of Nineveh were serious about changing their ways, however, he decided not to destroy them and their city as he had said he would. And this made Jonah very angry. He said to God, I knew that if the people of Nineveh changed their ways, you would forgive them because you are merciful. I ran away from you and did not warn them because I wanted you to give them the punishment that they deserved. But God said to Jonah, is it right for you to be so angry? As Jonah continued to watch the city, God caused a little plant next to Jonah to grow tall and provide Jonah with shade. Now, this part of the country is very sunny and very deserty. Jonah was happy to have this plant bring him relief from the terrible heat of the sun. Next morning, however, God caused the plant to dry up and die. And all the day the sun beat down on Jonah, he became very angry that his plant had died. God said to Jonah, are you really so concerned about this plant? And Jonah replied, yes, I am very angry about it. He didn't want his plant to die. God said, if you have such a concern over a little plant, shouldn't I show even more concern for a huge city full of people and animals? Jonah began his long walk home, having learned something about how God treats his creations. Oh, God is merciful. Aren't we glad God is merciful and he forgives us? He gives us a chance to repent. And if we don't repent, then we get punished. But God is merciful. And Jonah had to learn his lesson the hard way. I cannot imagine being inside of a great fish, woo, with all the slimy, yucky stuff inside there. Well, you first graders, have a wonderful day, and whoever else, kindergartners, if you're listening, next year you'll get to check these books out. Oh, Eli is already checking out a book, and Eli has page 150, and we are so proud of him. And so the rest of you keep working. And first, don't forget, kindergartners, when you're in first grade, everybody checks out a book. You can be on page 0 in that speedy reader and still get to check out a book. Won't that be fun? And that will be exciting. And I sure do love you, and I miss you so much. Hope you have a good day.